I played Discounty early, and here's everything you need to know about the game, as well as my first impressions after playing nearly 10 hours already. And let me tell you, I just stopped playing right before filming this, and it was really hard to stop myself from playing more. I played on PC, but Discounty will be available on Nintendo Switch and consoles. So let's get started. The story of Discounty. Your Aunt Teller has tasked you with managing Blomkest's supermarket, Discounty. You'll try your best to grow the supermarket by setting up trade deals with the townsfolk around town so that you can sell more product. And along the way, you might even find that some suspicious things are going on around town. This game is full of story, and every single day in this game is interesting and has something new to offer. I am so intrigued by the story and by the dialogue. When you talk to them, it's usually meaningful dialogue that relates to something else that you discovered. Character customization. The character customization is nice. It's just enough for what's needed. You can change it at any time in your gameplay at the mirror in your house, and it doesn't seem like you can buy or unlock any more customization or outfits along the way, and I don't really mind that. The characters each have different personality types, and you can even see those different personalities listed in the menu. There's bossy, there's enthusiastic, I can't really remember what the others are, but trust me, you'll be able to tell who's bossy without checking who's bossy in the menu. I feel like there was a perfect amount of dialogue. There are some times where they do repeat things and say the story over, and it didn't seem like you could really skip it. That's not a big deal to me. Some characters will also have trade deals that you can unlock, and then other characters will have different quests that expand the town or the supermarket. So each character matters, essentially. I also forgot to say that there are 14 NPCs and there is not marriage in this game. And it's important to talk to the people in town because you get to discover even more lore. You'll also have quests that require talking to them. So all of this makes the town feel more alive. You need to use the town, you need to use the different buildings in town, you need to talk to people in town. You're not just running around, running the supermarket and going home. You are actually immersed in this town. And something nice about the quests is that the game indicates which quests might take some more time to complete. So it might have parentheses at the end of it saying, this might take a while, and that was really helpful for me because I'm like, okay, why am I not figuring this out? And then once you do, you're like, that's why it said it might take a while. The map and the town. There are many places to go in town. There's the harbor, the forest, there's a bank, there's a bar, and more. The NPCs are listed on the map, which is helpful, and you'll unlock more areas of the map as the game progresses and as the game goes by. So you'll unlock the forest. You'll unlock a farm area. You don't do farming, but there is a farmer in town, and these unlock even more trade deals and even more story and lore that go along with the game. The gameplay loop and the shop mechanic, I felt that the gameplay started out a bit slow, and I'm like, okay, do I just go to bed? So for those first few days, it might be a little slow just as you get the hang of it. But then honestly, now I really do feel like the pacing is perfect and the day lengths are perfect. There is a daytime loop. So you start the day at 6 a.m., you end the day at midnight, and you will faint if you stay up too late, which I have not fainted, okay? My community is gonna be like, you haven't fainted, man? That's amazing, because I faint all the time in every game I play. But not this game. I haven't fainted. I mean it. I feel like the day length is perfect for when I'm ready to go to the next day. You do find enough things to work on before and after work. Work starts at 9 a.m. You get a 30-minute warning saying, hey, the supermarket's about to open, but I'm usually there stocking the shelves and getting ready. You'll actually need to go around town to discuss your trade deals at times if you want to upgrade it, if you need to get more product. You can also recycle items that you find laying around town that people littered. You can grab these cans and recycle them and get some money for that. You can also take used boxes and styrofoam from your supermarket to the recycling place and get money from that as well. You'll also need to shop at the antique shop and the hardware shop in order to get decorations or more shelving for your shop, because you're the one setting that up and making it look however you would like. Certain quests will also require you to do tasks around town, whether it's gathering sheep, cleaning, whatever it is. Sometimes just need to go and talk to a certain NPC before or after work, which will take some time as well. And there's another thing you can do. You can hang up posters around town, which you'll need to print at the town hall. They take a certain amount of time to print, and then once they are printed, you can hang them up around town and you'll get more customers that way. So that's another thing to prioritize before or after work. Now, the gameplay while you're at work in the shop, you'll need to place the shelves and the coolers and then place the items in there. At first, you can only place 5 items in each shelving unit, and then later on you can get shelves that hold up to 10 items, shelves that have different perks and different things like that. And if you want to boost sales on certain items, you can buy decorative items that can boost those product sales. And if you want to increase your trade deals, then you'll need to sell a certain amount of certain products. So to unlock more products. So you're going to want to boost sales on certain items. You can also order products from the computer at any time, and then delivery guy will immediately stop by with the product, and you can go into the truck, grab the boxes, bring them into your back room, and start stocking up those products. There's a back room where you can store the products, and then there's like the floor of the shop where the customers come in and shop, where you check them out and all of that. You can get wallpapers and flooring from the antique shop in town, and you can use the computer to customize the shop once you get different wallpapers and floors and stuff like that. And you can also do the same thing in your house. While customers are shopping, sometimes they'll walk slower, and then you'll notice that there's dirt on the floor in that area that you need to go mop up. And this slowdown can prevent them from finding the product that they need, and it essentially slow them down to not be able to check out before the shop closes. So you definitely want to clean those up. And they can be in a bad mood. It seems like they'll be in a bad mood if they can't find the items on their grocery list, or if you're just taking a really long time. So make sure you have everything stocked and you get good at checking them out. Sometimes my brain just doesn't work and I just am sitting there like, what am I doing? But most of the time, I think you guys will be fine. In the beginning, you'll need to check out customers manually by typing in 1 times 12 for whatever the price is. 1 item times the price. And I used my keypad to do it because it felt like I was actually at the grocery store checking customers out. But you could use your mouse and keyboard, and on controller. I'm not sure how it would work. It's essentially a little more difficult at first. You can unlock later on a scanner, which makes it much easier. So you can unlock rewards from certain daily and weekly tasks, and then you can use those points to redeem a scanner. The scanner is super helpful, and it's much quicker at checking out items, as you can imagine, and it speeds the line along a lot faster, and it's just more satisfying too. But both were fun, and I loved that you could upgrade in that way. You'll also eventually be able to hire an employee to help you stock the shelves, and you'll soon be able to work on upgrades to expand your grocery store to be even bigger than before. I'm about to unlock the second expansion. I have the first one, which you'll get pretty early on. I think I've covered most things with the gameplay in the shop, but if I missed anything, just know that this game is so thought out. Like, you can tell there is so much attention to detail and so much passion that went into this game. It was hard to find anything that I didn't like about it. And it's very polished too. So let's go into what I like about it. I love how much personality the game has. It definitely has a cozy yet engaging gameplay loop with a lot to do and to work towards. But also, it has so much character, which you can see in all the fun stories that are going on around town. And each townie has something different going on in their life, whether their kids acting up, whether they're divorced and something's going on there, or yeah, they just all have their own stories that are so unique. You'll even find certain items around town that you can click on, and you'll unlock even more story and lore, and I love it. It's so cool. This game, though it has cozy elements, there's this underlying mysterious something going on. There are things happening and decisions you have to make that don't always feel good. And that's what makes this game so intriguing and interesting, and it keeps you really engaged. I genuinely had a hard time finding dislikes. Like, I really did. All of the things that I found were pretty small. I mean, I guess one of the things I noticed is that there doesn't seem to be seasons. I'm on day 31 and I don't think there's seasons. This isn't a farming sim, so it's like, okay, that's fine. But with the gameplay daytime loop, I feel like seasons could add something to the game, but probably not necessary, just a cool feature to add. There were some little things that took getting used to, like when I'm working in the store, you can only pick up 5 items at a time. So sometimes while I'm trying to organize boxes and put things together and take this out of this box and that into that box, I would accidentally be putting it back in and out and mixing things up a little bit with the controls. It wasn't a big deal, to be honest. You get the hang of it as you go on. And another thought is that maybe this game isn't what I expected of being like a farming sim like Stardew or Fields of Mystria, where you can replay it a million times over from the start, because I feel like the story is much weightier. There's a lot of story going on, which is very important. It will be the same each time you play it. It's a different story feeling than other games, I guess, that are similar. The game also has 17 achievements, so I'm assuming that there's some type of wrap up to the storyline, but I'll have to find that out down the line. So with all that said, I'm just curious about the replayability beyond the story, after the story, and the replayability of starting over. Like for me, I'm like, I don't know if that I'd want to, because when it's fresh the first time, I feel like it's just different seeing all the story. But we'll see. So my closing thoughts, I think it's very clear that Discounty, I think it's great. I think it's a breath of fresh air. It feels so polished, from the story to the gameplay to the characters. It's a game that feels like it's for farming sim lovers and for people who don't want to play another farming game and they're sick of them. It feels like it's kind of for both audiences, because it has similarities, but it's so different. So I think it's a game that everyone will want to give a try and will enjoy. And I think it's going to be very successful. I am so thankful that I got to play early, and I'll definitely be making more content on this game. So definitely stay tuned for any streams or more videos. Make sure you subscribe to my channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in my next YouTube video. Bye!